A change in the leadership structure of the Texas Tech system is underway after an announcement by the university's chancellor last week. Coming up, we'll have the details on the changes.
Homecoming week featured a variety of events for students across campus to get in the spirit and enjoy some fun. But the week also featured some serious competition and a showcase of skills. MCTV's Brinkley Rash and Gabby Salazar have a look at two events that gave participants a chance to show off some moves and get the campus community fired up for homecoming.
And the Texas Tech soccer team hit the road to face some tough competition in hopes of racking up another Big 12 championship. We'll have a look at how the Red Raiders fared and what's left for the team before finishing out the regular season.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Austin Seat.
And I'm Kamryn Mendoza. Last year, Dr. Ted L. Mitchell officially took over as Chancellor of the Texas Tech University system while still serving as President of the Health Sciences Center.
That's right, Kamryn. But as of this Friday, Dr. Mitchell will officially be giving up one of those titles. Last week, Texas Tech announced that Mitchell will officially be stepping down from his role as president of TTU-HSC at the end of this week. Mitchell has been serving in both roles since being named chancellor on October 25, 2018. Since then, Mitchell's duties as chancellor have increased as the university has worked towards several new ventures, including the new veterinarian school in Amarillo. Mitchell says that he believes that it is time that both the university system and HSC have leaders who can focus on separate priorities.
I'd asked the regents to allow me to keep both jobs during session so that we could bring everything through. Now that we've done that and we're looking to see how the dust settles, I personally believe that it's really important that the HSC have a full-time president, and I believe it's just as important that the system have a full-time chancellor. And in conversations with the regents about this, they agree, and the timing for this right now is just right, because at this point in time, from the session, we're just rolling up our sleeves and getting to work.
Mitchell has been with Texas Tech University for 9 years. He was named the 8th president of the Health Sciences Center in May of 2010. When Mitchell steps down from his position at HSC on Friday, he will have been the longest tenured president in the 50-year history of the Health Science Center.
Just over a week ago, the Texas Tech campus wrapped up another year of homecoming celebrations. During that week, student organizations from across campus participated in several competitions to earn bragging rights for showing off their school spirit. MCTV's Brinkley Rash has a look at one long-standing tradition that gave participants the chance to take the stage and show off some skill.
I'm excited to compete.
Last Tuesday, the annual Student Organization Sing, or So-Sing, took place at the United Supermarkets Arena. So-Sing takes place during homecoming each year on the Tech campus. Sororities, fraternities, and other student-led organizations compete in a dance-off, with the winner being announced at the end of the night. Participants spent weeks ahead of the event preparing in order to showcase their skills.
First, we taught everybody their tricks, and we kind of evaluated which tricks worked and didn't. And we kind of also took into account who were dancers and who were cheerleaders, like what stunts or baskets and stuff like that we could throw. And so we literally kind of pieced it together, and I mean, that's pretty much what we did. And it looks really good. I'm very proud.
Each routine is based off this year's homecoming theme, Tech Gets Animated. Each group was required to select cartoons or TV shows as the basis of their routine. Although the contestants make the routines look effortless, Megan Sturm with Alpha Chi Omega says there's a lot of stress behind the scenes.
The hardest part of So-Sing, honestly, so I'm doing the singing part. Honestly, I guess it's just the nerves that kind of get to you, but I'm really excited.
At the end of the night, the winners were announced as Pi Beta Phi and Delta Tau Delta. But win or lose, each participant benefited from the experience.
Probably getting to know everybody better, like all the boys and all of our sisters.
Yeah, same. Just getting to know everyone, all the late nights, all the hard work and everything we've been doing. It's been really fun. Yeah.
From MCTV, I'm Brinkley Rash.
So-Sing may have been the first performance-based competition during homecoming week, but it was not the last. Later that week, the sub became host to another showcase of skill during an event that is quickly becoming a popular new tradition. MCTV's Gabby Salazar stopped by the Allen Theater to find out more.
On Thursday, October 17th, the National Panhellenic Council hosted the 3rd annual Homecoming Step Show at the Sub Allen Theater. The event featured the 5 historically black fraternities and sororities on campus.
Step Show is really just a great fundraiser in addition to homecoming for them to showcase their steps and compete for prize money, as well as kind of engage the audience for the homecoming week.
Other members of the organization who worked the event were also huge supporters and just as excited to watch the performances.
Always love step shows. They've always been a blast, and it's a really good opportunity for a lot of people in the community and the campus and everything to really embrace the culture that is stepping and strolling and those kind of things. So these are awesome events to put on. I think this is an opportunity for everybody to embrace a culture that they may not understand. Not everybody is involved with a fraternity or sorority, so the opportunity for everybody to kind of learn about the culture and everything is always a good opportunity.
As the performers wait outside the Allen Theater to perform their routines, they showed nothing but enthusiasm and even tried to create some friendly competition. Members of Kappa Alpha Psi talk about their hopes for the outcome of the event.
I really feel like the Kappas are going to win, just by default.
Man, those Kappas are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, but I mean...
But I feel like everybody's going to give a great show. Everybody's worked very, very hard on this. We put countless hours and countless practices with this, so I'm just happy to see all of this come together and happy for a great show, and I pray for a great show between all of us.
To conclude the event, a panel of judges chose Alpha Phi Alpha as the winners of the night. If you missed this year's show, the Homecoming Step Show will return next fall with new captivating performances. For MCTV, I'm Gabby Salazar.
Over the weekend, the South Plains saw another roller coaster of conditions as one cold front moved out of the area and another moved in.
That's right, Kamryn. Temperatures climbed into the upper 70s on Saturday, but yesterday's high made it only into the 50s. So have we seen the last day of warm temperatures this season? MCTV's Madison Hartin joins us in studio with a look at the forecast. Madison?
Thanks, guys. Well, I'm sorry to say it, but Saturday might have been our last day of nice conditions for the season, at least until spring comes around in a few months. But never say never. This is the South Plains after all, and anything is possible here weather-wise. We could get another warm front come through, which will lift us back into the 80s by next week, but right now that doesn't look likely. Saturday could have been our last day of nice conditions. What brought in yesterday all those cool temperatures was a cold front. Along with that cold front still in the area, we can see it brought in a lot of this overcast cloud cover over Bronowski Park right now. And that is going to continue over the next couple days as we see another round of cold come in, especially for Wednesday. We'll get to that in a second. But for today, our high for today only climbed up to 56 degrees. So again, another cold one. Cloudy and cool conditions and a wind coming from the south by southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So at least it's not too windy yet, but we will be seeing that later this week. For tonight, it's going to continue to be overcast and it's going to drop down to 33 degrees. So we're not going to break freezing tonight, hopefully. Easterly wind coming at 10 to 15 miles per hour. But the thing we really need to focus on right now is the South Plains as a whole. The South Plains as a whole everywhere is experiencing this cold snap right now. We can see that our coolest temperatures are out by Friona and Tulia, a bit north of us, and that is where we're going to be seeing a lot of dangerous conditions as the week goes on. For Lubbock metropolitan area, it looks like it's 34 degrees is going to be our low for tomorrow. So again, not breaking freezing, but still very chilly outside. And our warm temperatures for right now are only going to climb up to about the 50s and probably in the 40s, 50s being generous, honestly. For Lubbock, 46 is going to be our high with, it's going to be just a little bit warmer out there to the west of us, climbing all the way up to 50 and 49 by Brownfield, but for the most part, it's still chilly out there. Definitely grab your jackets as we go out, and you might want to pack away your nice clothes for summer because winter is officially here. Or going into Wednesday, we can see that the thing everyone's talking about right now is potential for freezing rain. For the most part, the potential for freezing rain is mostly north of us, up there by Plainview, but Lubbock could be seeing a little bit of it. Our low for that is going to be 35, so hopefully we won't be seeing that, but you never know. And when it is freezing rain outside, the roads become extremely dangerous, so definitely be paying attention to the weather watches on your phone, be paying attention to the temperature, the precipitation. If there's ice on the roads, do not, I repeat, do not go outside. We don't want to see any of our Texas Tech students or faculty getting hurt. Going into tomorrow, we can see that it's going to be only a high of 42 degrees, 40% chance of precipitation for Texas Tech, low at 32, and an east by southeasterly wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So a little bit more windy, but nothing compared to Wednesday, where the wind is going to climb up from 20 to 30 miles per hour coming from the north, and that north is what's going to be bringing in the coolest temperatures of the week so far. High of only 38 degrees, low of 20, and again, 40% chance of rain for the Lubbock metropolitan area. So Wednesday is the only chance I could see of classes might being canceled. canceled, but we have no guarantee about that, so definitely keep a watch on your email for that. For Thursday, a little bit warmer, but warmer is only relative in this situation. High at 52, low at 25 for the morning, though. It will be warming up as the day goes on, and a northwesterly wind coming at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And the sun will be out for Thursday, so if you have any big Halloween plans, like say you want to go trick-or-treating or you want to go to a Halloween party, definitely try to hit those up before the sun goes down, because that's when the temperature is really going to drop again. But we will be seeing a little bit of sunshine that day and a little bit warmer conditions, so at least we have that to look forward to for the spookiest day of the year. I'm Madison Hartin for MCTV Weather. Back to you.
Thanks, Madison. A best-selling author known for his humor and a Canadian singer-songwriter taking the world by storm are the first two special guests on the schedule for the 2019 Presidential Lecture and Performance Series.
MCTV's Uvier Bacomo sat down with the new director of the annual series to discuss all the details on this semester's events.
Hi, I'm here with Dori Boshniak from the Office of the President, and she's here to talk about an opportunity available to students and members of the tech community. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm really excited about this. Can you tell me about the Presidential Lecture and Performance Series?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. I am brand new to this position. I've been around since August, but the program has been around for much longer. We've had this program coming out of the President's office for over a decade. And what we do is we bring a variety of different shows, as you said, to the community and to the TTU students. We have anywhere between dance and theater programs to concerts and speakers and lecturers.
And it's really exciting because this Wednesday you have one of the performances, and it is an author, David Sedaris. Can you tell me a little bit about him?
Absolutely. I am so excited to be able to present David Sedaris. He was obviously picked before I came here, but I am such a fan. If someone doesn't know him, you gotta know that he's an author. He's had a really interesting, unique life, and he has a very unique perspective on a lot of different topics. And so what he does, he travels around and he talks about them. He writes and then he reads his brand new material. And so this is what he's gonna do for us this Wednesday. He's gonna present brand new writings that no one has ever heard before. And what he usually does is he sort of tests the audience. So if things and stories land, he's going to take note, maybe vamp it up a little bit, and then he's going to put it in his new book. So that's what you can expect, is to read some of the material you're going to hear this Wednesday, to read it in his new book.
That's really interesting, but that is not the only performance that you have for this fall. You have one more performance, and this time it's a songwriter. Can you tell me a little bit about this performance?
That's right. Royal Wood is coming to us from Canada. He's on a huge North American tour with over 50 stops. He's traveling. He started about a month ago, and he's not stopping until after Christmas, which to me is crazy. That's an accomplishment. But so he's a singer-songwriter, and his genre is pop and rock. If you look him up, you'll kind of see both. It's an interesting mix. He has a lot of songs out there. He has a lot of CDs. So his style sort of changed over the years, but it's between pop and rock. He's a multi-instrumentalist, so he plays the piano, the guitar, the ukulele, the trumpet. He plays everything, and he sings. So his shows are always really interesting and just kind of a wide variety of all the things he does.
And he won the iTunes Songwriter of the Year just last year, right?
Yes, he did. It might have been a couple of years ago, but yes, he did, and that's definitely something he's really proud of. I mean, his lyrics are so personal and so well thought through. So if you look him up and look at his lyrics, you'll find it and you'll understand why he has the award.
It sounds like a very intriguing performance and one that, you know, would make anyone's day to go see. But how can students or just anyone who wants to come see any of these performances get access to any of them?
Right, so there's a couple different ways to go about getting tickets. You can go to selectaseat.lubbock.com and get your tickets. Each ticket is $20. For students, however, it is free. And so if you're coming to the first show for David Sedaris, I would encourage you to go ahead and get your ticket ASAP, because we're really close to selling out. But so if you're a student, you can bring your student ID, your TTU ID, bring it to the sub, the Student Union building. And the Allen Theater is sort of in the southeast side of the building. You go to the Allen Theater, there's an info desk there. And if you present your ID, you can pick up a free ticket for the show. So I would say if you want to come to the first show, pick up that ticket very soon. But also, since you're there, might as well pick up your Royalwood ticket as well. And so as a student, again, they're free. If you're a community member and you don't have a valid TTU student ID, you either go to the website or you can call 806-770-2000 and you can reserve as many tickets as you'd like.
Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd want to add or let people know about the Presidential Election Performance Series?
Just check out our website, follow us on social media. We have a new Instagram account. We're on Twitter and Facebook, so just check us out and follow us. And I'm excited to see familiar and new faces in the audience.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, the first performance is this Wednesday at 7 p.m. at the Sub Allen Theater, and the next one is on November the 8th. So feel free to go out and pick up your tickets ahead of time. They're selling out really fast. Back to you.
Thanks, Uva. Over the weekend, the Texas Tech football team headed to Lawrence, Kansas for a game that has typically been a guaranteed win for the Red Raiders. Unfortunately for Tech, the Kansas Jayhawks took some recent momentum and turned it into their first conference win of the year. The Red Raiders started off the scoring on Saturday with 2 touchdowns and a field goal before the Jayhawks even got on the board. But before halftime, Kansas scored twice in the last 5 minutes, narrowing Tech's lead to only 3 points. After halftime, the Red Raiders and Jayhawks traded scores in the third and fourth quarters, with KU eventually tying the game 34-34. In the last 4 minutes of the game, Kansas made their way downfield, eventually setting themselves up for a game-winning field goal that was blocked and recovered by Texas Tech defensive back Douglas Coleman. But after Coleman recovered the ball, he attempted an incomplete lateral pass that was ruled a fumble, and the Jayhawks recovered to set up another field goal attempt at the 14-yard line. Kansas's Liam Jones made the winning field goal, and Tech lost 34-37. With the loss, the Red Raiders now sit at 3-5 overall and 1-4 in the conference. The team is also in last place in the Big 12, behind Kansas. Next up, the Red Raiders is a much-needed bye week, followed by a showdown against West Virginia in Morgantown on November 9th. Kickoff for that game is set for 11 a.m. and it will be televised on either ESPN2 or ESPNU.
The Texas Tech soccer team has had quite the year, with only one official loss on their schedule so far. And last week, the team took home 2 more wins, with the hopes of working their way into a Big 12 regular season championship. On Thursday, the number 17th ranked Red Raiders hit the road to take on Baylor in Waco. Junior forward Christian Davis had a huge night, scoring both of the team's 2 goals. The Red Raiders shut out the Bears, ending the afternoon with a 2-0 win over the Bears. Tech then packed up their bags again this weekend to meet up with the Texas Longhorns in Austin. The game became a battle for second place in the conference after TCU fell back with a tie against Kansas yesterday afternoon. The Longhorns put up a fight, scoring first and then holding Tech scoreless through the majority of the game. But then, in the 89th minute, sophomore forward Charlotte Teeter kicked the tying goal and sent the game into overtime. In the first OT, Teeter set up freshman forward Macy Schultz for the game-winning goal, and Tech topped the Longhorns 2-1. With Sunday's win, the Red Raiders now sit in second place in the conference behind Oklahoma State. The team has one last regular season game left to catch up to the Cowboys as they take on Kansas State back at home on Thursday. The game is set to start at 7 p.m. and it will be televised on Fox Sports Southwest. And since it happens to be on Halloween on Thursday, there will also be a trunk or treat in the parking lot of the John Walker Soccer Complex before the action starts that evening. Speaking of Halloween, the spookiest day of the year is only 3 days away. But it's not the only holiday taking place this week.
That's true, Austin. Another celebration with roots south of the border also has a big influence on many people here on the South Plains, and one campus department is building up to that celebration with a special art exhibit. This Friday and Saturday, Dia de los Muertos will be observed officially in Mexico and unofficially throughout the United States. Here on the Tech campus, the School of Art is bringing attention to the holiday with an exhibition titled Expression, Celebración y Amor, El Dia de los Muertos. The exhibit is currently on display in the Art Building Studio Gallery, and it features photos taken by students at Hutchinson Middle School. The photos showcase an elaborate shoot that takes place as they study about the holiday and the cultural background of the Day of the Dead. The current exhibit will be on display from now until Sunday, November 3rd. If you would like to see these photos in person, you can stop by the art building from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Thursday, and this weekend from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. All of the art building's galleries are free and open to the public.
So, Kamryn, do you have any plans for Halloween or the Day of the Dead?
I think I'm just going to have a scary movie marathon.
Oh boy. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see y'all on Thursday.